Who's your client, Mr. Valle?
It's Hector Cisneros. You need a case number?
No, I got it right here.
Okay.
It's the DW MTR, right?
Correct. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's it.
We can revoke and JSAT.
That's fine.
Okay.
So if you can put me in the room with him, I'm ready. I've got all the
Okay.
paperwork.
I don't have a breakout room available. I'm moving you to room 8. As soon as I get a room, I'll put you in. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank
You'll
you.
be up next. Okay.
All right, Terry, is Eric DeWalt ready?
Eric DeWalt is ready, Judge.
All right, guys, can you get Hewlett out there?
Hewlett, come here.
Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, are you James Hewlett?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, Mr. Hewlett. Can you raise your right hand for me, sir? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir. You can
sir.
lower your hand. You can lower your hand, Mr. Hewlett. This is 727-439. Mr. Hewlett, is it all right with you that we proceed by video conference this morning?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Hewlett, you are charged with criminal trespass to private property, a Class B misdemeanor. That is punishable by up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bear County Jail. Mr. Hewlett, do you understand what you're charged with and the possible punishment in your case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hewlett, you have several legal rights, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case, which means you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where Mr. DeWalt, your lawyer, can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, your lawyer can call as many witnesses as he would like for you, Mr. Hewlett, or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Mr. Hewlett, do you understand, sir, that you have those rights?
Yes, sir.
You also understand, Mr. Hewlett, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Yes, sir.
All right, but if you want to give them up, you can, and you do it by filling out this paperwork I'll share with you called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Mr. Hewlett, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what's in these documents?
Yes, sir.
Great, because these documents tell me, Mr. Hewlett, that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and then you further understand you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, but you're telling me that you want to give up those rights or waive them so that you may enter into an agreement with the state of Texas on this case. Mr. Hewlett, is that what you wish to do, sir?
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you, sir. Then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Mr. Hewlett, evidently you have a plea bargain in this case. The first thing you need to understand about that, I don't have to go along with your agreement. However, sir, if I don't go along with your agreement, I'll allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything that you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you if that happens. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Hewlett, do me a favor, sir. Just listen up. The state's going to tell us what the plea bargain is. Make sure it is what you agreed to, okay? Go ahead, state.
The agreement's for a $0 fine, court costs, 19 days in the Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time money to run concurrent, and we ask that this judgment be satisfied.
All right, Mr. DeWalt, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Hewlett, is that the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. DeWalt, does Mr. Hewlett have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
I spoke with him, Your Honor. In my opinion, he does.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
He has.
Your opinion, is he legally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
Yes, sir. In my opinion, he is.
All right, Mr. James Hewlett, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hewlett, please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
No contest.
Mr. Hewlett, you understand I can still find you guilty based upon that plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in fear, or promised you anything to make you plead, sir?
No.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Hewlett. I will accept your plea of no contest. Upon that plea, I will find you guilty of the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Having made that finding, I assess punishment at $0 fine, the cost of court, 19 days in the Bear County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, Mr. Hewlett, which means your judgment is satisfied by the time you've already served. Mr. Hewlett, this was a plea bargain. You do not have a right to appeal. Mr. Hewlett, do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you take care of yourself. Stay well. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Eric, always a pleasure, lad. Take care of yourself.
Always a pleasure. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you. Andrew, you ready on Miss Martin? Are you muted? Okay. Martin, Judge.
There she is, Wanda. Which one are we going on, Terry? Do you know?
Wanda and Martin, we're going on 87, Judge.
Okay, great.
I'm calling for Wanda Martin.
Wanda Martin, guys.
She walked into our office, Judge.
Well, get up, Terry, and put her in your seat so I can talk to her, will you?
No, Judge, no. Yeah, we have to close the door. We gotta close the door. Oh my gosh. Good Lord.
All right. Hey, Ms. Martin, good morning. Step back a little so I can see you, okay? There you go, right there. Ms. Martin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, great. Good morning, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, Judge.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down, Ms. Martin. Ms. Martin, is it all right with you that we proceed by video conference this morning rather than in person?
Yes,
Thank you. Ms. Martin, you are charged with the offense of criminal trespass to private property, which is a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bear County Jail. Do you understand what you're charged with and the possible punishment?
yes, sir.
Great. Ms. Martin, you have several legal rights. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case. Ms. Martin, what that means is you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where your lawyer, Mr. Froelich, can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, Ms. Martin, your lawyer could call as many witnesses as he would like for you or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Ms. Martin, do you understand that you have those rights?
Yes. Yes,
You also
yes,
understand,
Judge.
Ms. Martin, you also understand you do not have to give up those rights. You understand that?
Yes, sir, Judge.
Okay, but if you want to give them up, you can, and you do it by filling out this paperwork I've been provided called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Let me share that with you, Ms. Martin, on your screen there. Ms. Martin, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it?
Did I do what?
Did you go over
Yes,
this
Miss-
paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it?
Ms. Martin, we talked about all the things that were on this paperwork. Is that right?
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
correct.
I just want to make sure you understand, because this paperwork tells me, Ms. Martin, that you understand what you're charged with. You understand the range of punishment, and then you also understand you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, like to
Right.
remain silent, call witnesses, have a jury. But you're telling me on this paperwork that you want to give up those rights or waive them so you can get into an agreement with the state of Texas on these cases. Is that what you want to do?
Sir, Judge.
Yes?
Yes,
Oh, great. Thank you, Ms. Martin. Then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Like I said, Ms. Martin, it looks like you do have a plea bargain in this case. The first thing you need to understand, I don't have to go along with your plea bargain. However, if I don't go along with your plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything that you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you. Ms. Martin, do me a favor. Just listen up. The state prosecutor is going to tell us what the plea bargain is. And let's make
Okay.
sure it is what you agreed to. Okay, go ahead, state.
Yeah, the agreement's for a $0 fine, court costs, 23 days in the Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time money to run concurrent. We ask that this judgment be satisfied. We also be
Sorry.
TIC in cause number 727-019, and I sent that dismissal over to you right now, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Froelich, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Martin, is that your agreement?
yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Froelich, does Ms. Martin have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against her?
She does.
Has she been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
She has.
In your opinion, is she legally competent to waive her rights and enter into this plea?
She is, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Wanda Martin, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Martin, please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in fear, or promised you anything, Ms. Martin, to make you plead guilty?
No, sir, Judge.
You're pleading guilty because you are guilty for no other reason.
That's correct.
All right, thank you, Ms. Martin. I will accept your plea of guilty. Upon that plea, I find you guilty of criminal trespass to private property, a Class B misdemeanor. I assess punishment at 0 fine, the cost of court, 23 days in the Bear County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment in this case is satisfied, Ms. Martin. I will also take into consideration and dismiss 727-019 in consideration for your plea on this case. Ms. Martin, this was a plea bargain. You have no right to appeal. Ms. Martin, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, you take care of yourself. Stay well. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, Andrew.
Judge, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna be like late tomorrow. I believe I have jail court tomorrow. I'm gonna be late, but I will be here tomorrow. So when you get to that point, don't forget. I told you.
Terry,
Yes, Judge.
it's unacceptable that a lawyer would show up late to jail court and
Exactly.
actually confess to it before the fact.
I'm
I
just
mean,
giving you a
what
heads
are you
up.
meeting with the Pope? What the hell is so important that you got to be late?
I got a parole hearing where the guy, retained me
whatever.
for
Yeah, that's all right, brother. I'll see you in the morning.
Send him straight
I'll
to
see you
jail,
tomorrow.
Judge.
Yeah,
straight to
right?
jail. Make me show up in person. Gotta find the jail again. Thank y'all.
All right, thank you. All right, let me do some housekeeping real quick. Where is Mr. Ortiz? Mr. Ortiz, you have Reyes and Roland.
Yes, correct.
Because Valdez bonded out. Do you have offers on those cases?
I do.
Okay, got it. Just moving you to another room for now until I can get your client. Just give me a moment, all right?
Thank
And
you.
I'll put you in there. Okay, Mr. Vinton, you done?
I am.
All right, excellent. Let's see. Who do you have, Mr. Vinton? You got Jamie
Jasmine Salas.
Salas, yes. Yes, sir.
We ready on that? We are, right? All right, guys, can you get Salas, Jasmine Salas? Got it. Thank you, brother. All right, let me open this up here. All right, it's cost 727-383, State of Texas versus Jasmine Salas. Are you Jasmine Salas?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, good morning. Could you raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Ms. Salas. You can lower your hand. Ms. Salas, is it all right with you that we proceed by video conference this morning?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Salas, you are charged with the offense of criminal trespass to private property. That is a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine. You understand what you're charged with and the possible punishment in this case?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hang on, Ms. Salas.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Hang on, Ms. Salas. I can't hear you. All right, Ms. Salas. You have several legal rights. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case. So, Ms. Salas, what that means is you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where your lawyer can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, Ms. Salas, your lawyer can call as many witnesses as they would like on your behalf in front of that same jury. Ms. Salas, do you understand that you have those rights?
Yes, sir.
You also understand, Ms. Salas, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, but if you want to give them up, you can. And you do it by filling out this paperwork called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Ms. Salas, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer before you signed it? Did you and your lawyer talk about this paperwork before you signed it?
Yes, sir, we did.
All right, do you understand what's in these documents?
Yes, sir.
Great, because these documents tell me, Ms. Salas, that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and then you further understand you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, but you're telling me you want to give up those rights or waive them so you can enter into an agreement on this case with the state of Texas. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Great, then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Ms. Salas, evidently you have a plea bargain in this case. First thing you need to understand about that is I don't have to go along with your agreement. However, if I don't go along with your agreement for any reason, I will allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything that you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you if that happens. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, Ms. Salas, listen up. The state's going to tell us what the plea bargain is. Make sure it is what you agreed to. Go ahead, state.
Your Honor, the agreement's for a $0 fine, court costs, 20 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time money trunk concurrent, and we ask that this judgment be satisfied.
All right. Mr. Vinton, is that the agreement?
It is, Judge.
All right, Ms. Salas, is that the agreement?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, Mr. Vinton, does Ms. Salas have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against her?
Yes, Judge.
Has she been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
She has, Judge.
In your opinion, is she legally competent to waive her rights and enter into this plea?
I believe she is legally competent, Judge.
All right, Ms. Jasmine Salas, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, Ms. Salas, please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
May I go with no contest and guilty?
No contest is fine. No contest, you understand? I can still find you guilty. You understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
All All right, Ms. Salas, has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in fear, or promised you anything to make you plead?
No, sir, they have not.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir, voluntarily.
Thank you, Ms. Salas. I will accept your plea of no contest. Upon that plea, I find you guilty of criminal trespass, private property, a Class B misdemeanor. I assess punishment at 0 fine, the cost of court at 20 days in the Bear County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. Ms. Salas, I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment in this case is satisfied by the time you've already served. Ms. Salas, this was a plea bargain. You have no right to appeal. Ms. Salas, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, you take care of yourself. Stay well. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Benton.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Judge, we, waiting for inmates still, Judge.
Okay.
So, yeah, just give us a moment.
You're done.
Mr. Dominguez, good morning. Your client, Demi Beard has bonded out, Mr. Dominguez.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much then.
We'll see you next time. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's this one. Not this one that takes off. Where's the keys? Oh, right. That's one of those days. Here's Peter. He marked all the guys that weren't supposed to be here for you. Just look at the email. Yeah, I'm trying to find the email. Where's put your, it's right here, but he's marked off his refusal, I agree. Yeah, they're right there. There's you guys right there. I understand that. What number are you on? Which guy are you looking for? I already found him, he's right here, the one highlighted, the little X is refusal. Where's he from? CD. He picked up he picked up the answer. One was there and the other one was. This guy was a knockout. Ortiz, no Paris.
There you go.
I wondered out here. Home. Yes, I can't see cataracts. You want me to tap it up when we talk? Done. It's like it. Turns to talk to you.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. Give me a moment.
Morning.
All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Gonzalez. Do you have an offer on Eddie?
Yes, I received an offer yesterday from the prosecutor in County Court 4 on Mr. Edie.
Okay, excellent. I do not have your client here apparently, but I am moving you into the other breakout room with the other attorney, Mr. Garcia, who's got the other DWI second. But as soon as I get your client here, I'll put you both in a breakout room. Just give me a, okay? Moving, moving
problem.
to room 8, Mr. Gonzalez. Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. We'll be right with you.
God knows what they have. You want them out? Great. Hey, Jeremy Thomas. Reggie Thomas. Yes, come down here. They had a cold. That's what happened. So I don't know if you want to cancel them or what. Hey, Terry,
Yes, sir.
can you put Vale in too?
Got it.
I'm gonna go wait downstairs.
Anybody else?
Right. Okay. See her. Okay, how about petition? Yeah, this is the 80. Okay, raise it. No, no. Switch my use. He's from the attics. Do you work together? Okay. Yeah, he brings. Those drugs. Hey, so Thomas is not here?
No, but he's coming. They had a cold in Southtown. And
That's
they
why he's
just-
not here?
They just cleared it. That's why the guy just showed up at this.
You must send it back. You must have sent it back. Who are you? Edie.
Mr. Garcia? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Garcia? Can you hear me, Mr. Garcia? Okay.
Terry,
Yes, sir.
you want to put John Garcia in 3?
John Garcia in 3.
Hey, so am I picking up both cases or just one?
You're both cases. We're going on both cases. He's got 2 attorneys. So I'm going to put Ben Stevenson. I'm going to put Joseph Garcia and Leo Gonzalez in room 3. Okay.
Okay, we're still waiting for Timothy Thomas because he had a code over there in his unit, so that's why he's not.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Thomas is here? I think so. Hold on. I don't know if Thomas is right. Thomas. Here. Have a seat. That's it. Hey, this is Gil. Do you have a Hector Cisneros up there? Here we got sent down. Here we got sent down? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Hey, Mr. Gonzalez, do you have a Timothy Thomas up there still? No, I think I'm done already. You ready to dance? Okay, thanks. Hey, this is Gil. Do you have any guy down there for us? Not right now. No? Okay, thanks. So I guess we're only missing Thomas? Is that right?
Yeah. Where's Adam Reyes?
Because he's in there.
Where? In
He's
here?
there. He's right there standing around looking confused.
That's Roland.
Huh?
That's Roland.
Who's ready?
Huh?
Thank you, bro.
Adam Reyes.
Right here.
Thank you.
What else do you need?
What he said that it's been a long time after you. What about? I'll be walking by the he said no more leg monitor. Thank God. Over 8 years, my steel toe boots. I got it for Christmas. They've lost stuff.
On this one?
You guys, Raymond, you got picked up by himself, right? You picked up everybody?
No, just the ones on the floors. Red ones there. Sure. I forgot chip tickets. No.
So did you ever get Thomas?
Yeah, right there.
How about Cisneros?
Right here.
86.
Everybody's here.
Everybody's here.
I'm sitting with you over there.
So we need to check for everybody's here for
I should have everybody.
PR.
What's this?
What? Email. How's it confusing? Every fucking day is like something different. Because, look, let me tell you why I had to start doing this. Because with that shit, okay, that, other people, they was gonna argue, no, and now I have to put email, that it was removed. Yeah, but if you see that. You're doing many ways. Exactly, but if you ever see a line, with the email. Okay, I'll put email. No, I know E now. Election representative. Everyone fleet. Let's see, you get it, the stickers. Stop trying to turn it on. I know, that's what what if I think? That's what's you still running from people? I know. Is it this fine? It's not him, it's her. Oh, what is why are you doing training stuff? I'm doing training stuff, so I want to get the fucking car ready for. I don't want people to do that. Let me see this. It's not for her, it's for Charlotte. Oh, that's mine.
I know. I'm just gonna, I scratched off everybody you had. And they're saying they're not. Huh? They're still looking for.
Looking for who?
Okay, so. One, two, three, 4. It's Rogers. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's Diaz. Yeah, they were looking for that. Somebody. 9, 10, 9, 10. Okay, that's good. That's good. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
I can't find my fucking phone.
Can't say you didn't find it because you text me.
1, 2, 1, 2.
It's in your car. Last place you went?
Nowhere.
You called me, said you're heading in, where are you at?
Let me see that for you.
Here. Everybody's here.
About that guy?
I guess so, if he's not marked off, yes. You're here.
I know, but that's what the.
Yes, you had, but oh, that's that. See,
That's
that's
it.
red.
Yeah. Just curious, Jordan.
That's good.
You didn't tell her. You told her.
Yeah, she asked me about it. The boyfriend's looking for you. Just turn it. Hey, tell him to make copies. Not to make the damn tickets. And then they're so used to having the females in one night.
All right, Mr. Vale, good morning.
Morning,
We
Terry.
ready on
We're
that
ready.
NPR?
Yep,
Are you
we're
ready?
ready.
We're on Cisneros. All right, Judge will be ready in just a moment.
Thank you.
Oh, we put them on before.
Hey, Alex, you got Cisneros there?
Cisneros, hey, come here. Pay attention.
All right, are you Hector Cisneros?
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is 660-996. Mr. Cisneros, good morning, sir. Raise your right hand for me. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. You can lower your hand. Mr. Cisneros, is it all right with you that we proceed with your motion to revoke hearing on video conference rather than in person?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Cisneros, you were placed on, let's see, probation for a term of 12 months on July the 26th of 2022 for driving while intoxicated with a BAC of 0.15 or higher. Correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
State filed a motion to revoke your community supervision, sir. You are aware of that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do me a favor, Mr. Cisneros. The state's going to read an allegation to you. Listen up, because then you're going to have to tell me if it's true or not true. Go ahead, state.
Violation of condition number 2, on or about the 8th day of September 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Hector Gustavo Cisneros III, did then and there submit an invalid sample for drug testing in that the sample submitted was diluted in violation of condition number 2.
Mr. Cisneros, do you understand that allegation against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it true or not true?
True.
Thank you, sir. State.
We waive the rest of the conditions, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cisneros, are you aware, sir, that based upon your plea of true, I could, if I thought it was appropriate, revoke your community supervision in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Gosh, can you hear, Mr. Cisneros?
Say it again.
Can you hear?
Yeah, it's kind of loud right here, but
Yeah, it's really loud. Guys, can we keep it down? Thank you. Much better. I'm sorry, Mr. Cisneros. Are you aware that I could revoke your community supervision based upon your plea of true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in
No.
fear, or promised you anything to make you plead true?
No, Your Honor.
Doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cisneros. I will accept your plea of true. Is there an agreement? Guys,
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is to revoke him and sentence him to a $0 fine, court costs, 50 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time might run concurrent, and we ask that this judgment be satisfied.
all right, Mr. Vale, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Cisneros, is that the agreement, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Hang on a second here. Let me make sure I get all this right. Okay, then, hang on. Why won't it let me click on this? Okay. For some reason, it won't let me. There it is. Had to get Mona's name in there. Okay, then I will accept your plea of true. I find it true that you violated condition number 2 of your probation, Mr. Cisneros. This time I revoke your community supervision. Sentence you to 0 fine, to cost of court 50 days in the Bexar County Jail. The cost of court, the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment is satisfied by the time that you've already served. Mr. Cisneros, was a revocation of probation. You have limited rights to appeal, which your lawyer could further advise you about. Mr. Cisneros, do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You take care of yourself. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. You as well.
Thank you, sir. Ray, always a pleasure. We'll see you later.
See you, Judge. Take care.
You too, brother.
Okay, let's see. Mr. Garcia, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
What's happening with your cases?
Our clients had signed the documentation. We're ready to proceed.
And we're going on both cases?
Correct. I believe so, yes.
Okay, all right, Judge, there we go.
That one next?
Yes, Mr. Eddie, Judge Eddie, on 2 cases, 2 DWI cases, 2 different attorneys.
All right, guys, Mr. Edie,
Sir, Mr. Eady, come on.
723-267. Who represents him on that one? That's John. All right, Mr. Garcia. Are you Mr. Nicolos Edie?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Edie, and 723-267, sir. Let's see. Okay, raise your right hand, sir.
Done. Have a seat over there.
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Eady. You can lower your hand, sir. In this case, Mr. Eady, you are charged. Oh, is it all right with you, Mr. Eady? First of all, that we proceed by video conference.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. In this case, 723-267, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It just says DWI here. Is it a first or a second, guys?
It's a first.
Oh, it is? Okay. I have
For
second.
Edie, I have second.
So do I, in my paperwork.
The second? Okay, I believe second then.
All
I
right,
thought
then I'm
the
gonna
other
have-
case was second.
I'm gonna have
You
to
can
change
amend
the-
it.
Yeah, let me change the range of punishment. Mr. Eady, you're
Thank
charged
you.
in this. You're charged in this case with a misdemeanor offense, driving while intoxicated, as a second offense. Do you understand that charge against you?
Yes.
It makes it a Class A misdemeanor, Mr. Eady, punishable by up to a $4,000 fine and 1 year in the Bear County Jail. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies in this case?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Eady, you have several legal rights that apply to both of your cases. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in these cases. And what that means, Mr. Eady, is you could, if you wanted to, make the state bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, or your lawyer or lawyers can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During those proceedings, your lawyers can call as many witnesses as they would like for you or on your behalf in front of those same juries. Mr. Eady, do you understand you have those rights?
Yes.
You also understand, Mr. Eady, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Yes.
All right, but if you want to give them up, you can, and you do it by filling out this paperwork called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Mr. Eady, did you go over this paperwork in each of your cases with your lawyers before you signed it?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand what's in these documents?
Yes.
Great, because these documents tell me, Mr. Eady, that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and then you further understand you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, but you're telling me that you want to give up those rights or waive them so that you can enter into an agreement on both of these cases with the state of Texas. Mr. Eady, is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Great. Then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Mr. Eady, evidently you have a plea bargain in this case. The first thing you need to understand, sir, is I don't have to go along with your agreement. However, if I don't go along with your agreement, I will allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you if that happens. Mr. Eady, do me a favor, sir. Listen up. State's going to tell us what the plea bargain is in this case. Make sure it is what you agreed to. Go ahead, State.
The goes for a $0 fine, court costs, 81 days in the Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time waits run concurrent. We ask that this judgment be satisfied.
All right, it's going to run concurrent with those other cases, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the agreement, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's,
Your
it's
Honor.
yeah, it'll run concurrent with 662-064. All
Yes,
right,
Your Honor.
Mr. Eady, is that your agreement, sir?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Garcia, does Mr. Eady have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
In your opinion, is he legally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
He is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Nicholas Eady, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
I am. Yes.
All right, Mr. Eady. In this case, please tell me how you pleaded the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated as a second offense. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Mr. Eady, you understand I can still find you guilty based upon that plea?
Yes.
All right, and has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in fear, or promised you anything to make you plead?
No.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Eady. I will accept your plea of no contest. I find you guilty of driving while intoxicated as a second offense, a Class A misdemeanor. I assess punishment at $0 fine, the cost of court, and 81 days in the Bear County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. This case will run concurrent with 662-064. I will give you credit for time served, Mr. Eady, which means your judgment in this case is satisfied by the time that you've already served. Mr. Eady, I think there is is there a statutory Texas driver's license suspension in this case, guys? Being
I
that
think
it's
there is for a second.
180 days. If you have a driver's license, it'll be suspended for 180 days, Mr. Eady. That's statutory. There's nothing I can do about that.
Okay.
And I'll run it concurrent with the other case. So you don't have to do a full year. All right, it's a plea bargain situation, Mr. Eady. You have no right to appeal. Mr. Eady, any questions on that case before we get to the other?
Nothing. No.
All right, good. Then let's get to your other case, Mr. Eady. Oh, and Jennifer or Victoria, could you just make sure that the paperwork is changed to a driving while intoxicated second on that case?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, please. Mr. Eady, this is 662-064, State of Texas versus Nicholas Eady. You are charged in this case with the offense of driving while intoxicated as a second offense. Same range of punishment applies, anywhere up to a year in the county jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Mr. Eady, I have the same paperwork in this case as I had in your last case, sir, and that is telling me that you understand you have all the trial rights that we previously talked about, like to remain silent, call witnesses, confront them, have a jury trial. But you're telling me that you want to give up those rights in this case as well after consultation with your lawyer. Mr. Eady, is that what you wish to do?
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Eady. Then I will approve your waivers in this case and have them filed with papers in this cause. Mr. Eady, once again, you have a plea bargain in this case. You already know I don't have to follow it, but don't worry about that. I will allow you to withdraw your plea if I don't do that. And then I just need you to listen up, Mr. Eady. The state's going to tell us what the plea bargain is on this case. Make sure it is what you have agreed to. Go ahead, state.
Granted the agreement for a $0 fine, court costs, 82 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time might run concurrent. We ask that this judgment be satisfied, and this is also to run concurrent with this other case, which is 723-267.
And there is a 180-day statutory Texas driver's license suspension in this case as well. Hang on a second. Okay, Leo, is that the agreement in this case, sir?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Eady, is that your agreement in this case, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Leo, why is there, are you hired on this case or?
Yes, Your Honor. We were hired previously on this case. That's why there's
Gotcha.
no other.
That's why, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, all right, Leo, has Mr. Eady been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses in this case?
He has, Your Honor.
All right, and you believe him to be competent to waive his rights and enter a plea in this case?
I do.
All right, I know you're an American citizen, Mr. Eady, so in this case, please tell me how you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated as a second offense. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right, sir. As you know, I can still find you guilty based upon that plea, right?
Yes.
All right, and Mr. Eady, has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in fear, you know, done anything to force you to plead on this case?
No.
All right, I will accept your plea of no contest. I find you guilty in this case of driving while intoxicated as a second offense, a Class A misdemeanor. I assess punishment at $0 fine, the cost of court 82 days in the Bexar County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. This case will run concurrent with 723-267. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment in this case, Mr. Eady, is also satisfied by the time that you've already served. Mr. Eady, this was a plea bargain situation as well. You have no right to appeal. Mr. Eady, you have any questions, sir?
No, sir, I don't.
You take care of yourself. Stay well. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Same to you.
You're welcome. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yeah, Leo, great seeing you, brother.
You too, Judge. Take care.
All right.
Same. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks, John.
Garcia. All
Have a
right.
good day. Thanks.
Yeah, bye-bye. Mr. Ortiz, are you ready on both your cases?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
You are Reyes and Rowland. Okay, Judge, whenever you're ready.
So Reyes is one is going to be TIC. Let's get Roland first. Rowland. Jonathan.
Roland.
Roland?
That you?
Yes, sir.
Come on. Stand in front of the monitor. Come on. Right there. Right in front of the monitor. Put your hands on the counter. You can't stand straight.
All right. This is 696-456. State of Texas versus Jonathan Rowland. Are you Mr. Rowland?
I'm sorry, sir. I can only hear out of one ear. My name is Jonathan Rowland.
All right. Thank you, sir. Hang on, Mr. Rowland. Hey, guys. You only can hear out of one ear. There ain't no way I can freaking hear this guy. So everybody just shut up for a minute. Mr. Rowland, I'm sorry, sir. Can you hear me now?
I'm doing my best.
Okay. Mr.
When I turn my head, it's because this is my good ear.
Why don't you just turn your head? You don't need to see me. That'd be great. You know what, Mr. Rowland? We're going to try to put a headset on you, at least for that one ear. Let's see if that works better, okay?
All right, I appreciate that.
Here, put on your hand quick.
Thanks, Alex. That's a great idea.
Can you help me out, sir?
You can't put it on your head here. Let me see. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. There you go. All right.
All right, Mr. Rowland, is that any better?
I can hear you on the TV, but I can't hear you in the ear.
You can or you can't hear me in the earpiece?
There's very little now.
You can't hear me on the earpiece?
I can't hear
Hang
now.
on, relax. Hold on. How about now? Can you hear now?
Can you hear me now?
A little better,
How about
All
now?
right.
a little more.
Okay, tell me when to stop. As far as I can go. How's that?
Mr. Rowland, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good now.
Good, perfect. All right, we got it set up. Is it all right with
And I
you?
got cataracts too.
Okay, well,
I got cataracts and I got one ear.
all right, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. So you can't see me well and you can't hear me well, but we're gonna get through this. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, is it all right with you that we do this by video conference, Mr. Rowland?
Yes, sir.
All right, great, sir. You are charged in this case, sir, with criminal trespass to private property, which is a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 180 days in jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Do you understand that, Mr. Rowland?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have several legal rights, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case, which means you could ask the state to bring their witnesses to open court to testify against you, where your lawyer can cross-examine those witnesses and call witnesses for you. Do you understand you have those rights, Mr. Rowland?
Yes, I understand that.
All right,
But
do you
Go
also
ahead.
understand? Do you also understand, Mr. Rowland, that you do not have to give up those rights?
I don't have to what?
Give up those rights.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, but if you want to give them up, you can. And you do it by filling out this paperwork that I will share with you, although I don't know if it'll do any good if you can't see it, but do your best. This paperwork that, did you go over this paperwork with your lawyer?
Well, I didn't go over no paperwork with nobody. He just told me that if I agree to what the
Okay.
state's the state's gonna offer me, that it'll be on my record, but I'll be free today.
Okay, yeah. See, what happens here is this paperwork tells me, Mr. Rowland, that you understand what you're charged with. You already told me you do. You understand the range of punishment. You already told me you understand the range of punishment. And this paperwork further tells me that you do also understand that you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, like
Yes,
to confront
sir.
the witnesses. But you're telling me, Judge, I want to give up those rights because I do want to get into this agreement that lets me go home today. Is that what you want to do?
I want to go home and I want to get this over with and out of my hair.
All right, then I will approve these waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Mr. Rowland, evidently you do have a plea bargain in this case. The first thing you need to understand is I don't have to go along with your agreement. However,
sir.
if I don't go along with it, I'll let you withdraw your plea and start over again, but don't worry about it. I'm going to follow it, all right? So don't worry about that. I've already predetermined that I will follow this plea bargain agreement. So, Mr. Rowland, listen up. The state's going to tell us what the agreement is. Make sure it is what you agreed to. Go ahead, state.
The agreement is for a $0 fine, court costs, 113 days in the Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent. And we ask that this judgment be satisfied.
Mr. Ortiz, is that the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that's exactly my understanding of the agreement.
Mr. Rowland, is that the agreement, sir?
As my attorney says, that's what I think he said. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Then, Mr. Ortiz, does Mr. Rowland have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
I feel that he does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
He has.
In your opinion, is he legally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jonathan Rowland, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
I'm born and raised right here in San Antonio.
Fantastic. Then, Mr. Rowland, please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Guilty
Time
in the Bear
served.
County Jail. The court's the court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment is satisfied, Mr. Rowland, by the time you've already served.
Could I ask you one last question?
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the difference between an A, B, and C misdemeanor?
A Class A is up to a year in jail. It's like levels of seriousness. Like if you assault somebody, like actually hurt somebody, that's a Class A. It's a little bit worse than just being on private property, which is what you did, which is a Class B. A Class C is like a traffic ticket. So there's A, B, and C, and they're like levels, kind of like felonies, 3rd degree, 2nd degree, 1st degree. You know what I mean?
You okay?
So like Class A.
I
is
just
like-
want to understand.
Yeah, so Class B is what you did, criminal trespass. So not as serious as like assaulting somebody, understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to commit any more crimes for the rest of your life, right?
Nope. I'm not gonna do nothing. If I do anything, I'm gonna be guilty of one thing.
And what is that?
It'll probably be a PI.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rowland. This was a plea bargain. You have no right to appeal. You take care of yourself. Stay well, sir, all right?
All right, so I'll be released today?
You got it, brother.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thank you very much, sir.
You're very welcome, sir.
Thank you. No more leg monitor?
No more leg monitor if you have it on for this case.
No, they took it off already.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly not going to put it back on.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care, brother.
All right,
And I
bye-bye.
apologize to everybody else out there that I yelled at. I apologize.
All right, don't worry.
Here, give me my thing back. All right. Well, then,
You know, Your Honor, after this week, I will also be guilty of PI over the weekend.
I think
Hate
that
on you,
me and
friend,
you might go
Judge.
together on that one, Arnulfo.
You'll see me in jail court next week
Yeah.
on the other side.
All right, what's next? Mr. Ortiz has Mr. Reyes. All right,
Reyes,
guys, Adam Reyes.
Mr. Reyes, come here.
are we going on both cases, Mr. Ortiz?
No, we're pleading on the most recent one, 727-468.
6-8.
TIC 201, okay.
Pardon me, folks, real quick. Judge, I think Ms. Stevenson needs to ask you a question.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben?
I was trying to get Ms. Alcantara's attention. We have a problem where we're going to need the paperwork again.
Okay,
So-
you want me to send you brand new paperwork?
If you would, or chat his paperwork ended up getting all signed before he had the chance to read it, and
Okay.
I can't move forward unless I can go through it with him.
Okay, I'll send you new paperwork, Mr. Stevenson. I'm sending it now.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, is that Adam Reyes before the camera?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Mr. Reyes. Good morning, sir. Can you raise your right hand?
Morning.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. Are you raising your right hand, sir? Can't see it. There you go. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Reyes, is it all right with you that we proceed by video conference this morning?
Good.
Is that okay with you?
That's okay.
God, it's one of those frickin' days. Mr. Reyes, you are charged in this case with criminal trespass to private property. That's a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 180 days in jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Great. Mr. Reyes, you have several legal rights at this point, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case. Mr. Reyes, what that means is you could ask the state to bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where your lawyer could cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, your lawyer could call as many witnesses as they would like for you, or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Mr. Reyes, do you understand you have those rights?
Yes.
Good. You also understand, Mr. Reyes, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Not have to.
You don't have to give up those rights if you don't want to. Do you understand?
I'm trying to understand it. I don't-
Yeah, like in other words, you could have a jury trial, you could confront the witnesses, but you don't have to give those rights
No.
up, but you can.
No.
You understand that?
Yes. No. I
Okay.
don't need.
Right. So you understand you have them, but you don't have to give them up, but you want to give them up. And this is how you do that. You file this paperwork with me telling me that you understand you have all these rights. You go over this paperwork with your lawyer, but then you tell me Judge, I understand I got all those rights, but I want to give them up so I can get into an agreement on this case. Is that what you want to do, Mr. Reyes?
We get to an agreement? Yes.
Yeah. All right, great. Then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Mr. Reyes, evidently you do have an agreement. It's called a plea bargain. First thing you need to understand, sir, I don't have to go along with your agreement. However, if I don't go along with your agreement, I will allow you to withdraw your plea and start all over again. So anything that you say in the next few minutes will not be held against you. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Reyes, listen up, sir. The state's going to tell us what the plea bargain is. Make sure it is what you agreed to. Go ahead, state.
The agreement is for a $0 fine, court costs, 18 days in the Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time money term concurrent. We ask that this judge should be satisfied. And we also BTIC in cause number 727201.
Mr. Ortiz, is that the agreement?
That's exactly the agreement, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Reyes, is that what you agreed to, sir?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, does Mr. Reyes have a rational as well as factual understanding of the charge and the proceedings against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any possible defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
In your opinion, is he legally competent to waive his rights and enter into this plea?
I feel that he is, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Adam Reyes, are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Reyes, please tell me how you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass to private property. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Not guilty.
Say that again?
No contest means.
Okay. No contest. You understand, Mr. Reyes, I can still find you guilty based on that plea.
No, then.
You know, I could still find you guilty.
No, I don't want that.
You don't want?
You won't find me guilty?
Yeah, but if I can't do the plea bargain unless I find that you're guilty of.
Okay, I'm guilty of it.
Okay.
For the
And-
plea bargain.
All right, and Mr. Reyes, nobody's forced you, threatened you, put you in fear or anything like that, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, then I will accept your plea of no contest. Upon that plea, I find you guilty of criminal trespass to private property. I assess punishment at zero fine, the cost of court, 18 days in the Bear County Jail. Cost of court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served. Your judgment is satisfied in this case, Mr. Reyes. I will take into consideration and dismiss 727201 in consideration for your plea on this case. This was a plea bargain, Mr. Reyes. You do
Yes.
not have a right to appeal. Mr. Reyes, you have any questions?
No questions.
All right, you take care of yourself. Stay well, sir. Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much for
You're
your
very welcome,
service.
Thank you, Judge. That concludes my business before this honorable court. May I be excused?
All right. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Hey, Terry, is it like geriatric day here? Shouldn't Canales be here for this or something like that? I hope he's watching on YouTube.
Oh, you're watching?
Okay, Judge. Yes, Judge.
Aye.
Yeah, I know, Judge. It's crazy today.
All right, I have paperwork on Timothy Thomas. Was Ben saying he does it?
Well, Judge, Alex Ramirez has to help. Go ahead, Alex. You explain, Alex.
Hold on, give me a minute.
He has to. You have to get in there and put the typing.
So the issue we're having is, they asked me to help him because he couldn't sign his name. I
Right.
signed his name, and I asked Mr. Stevenson, "Do you want me to hit the button?" He told me yes. I hit it. So
Okay.
now he's saying he didn't go over with his.
Oh,
But I'm having an issue because we're doing it for him, and
yeah. Does he
Yeah.
really get it? Is there something wrong with him, Alex? Or
well, no. Apparently, I guess he didn't go through the whole thing with him, but he told me to hit the click to sign.
oh, okay.
So
So he shut the paperwork down, Judge, without going over the paperwork. So that's why we had to send the paperwork again.
Well, if he's going over the paperwork, then he doesn't really need to submit. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I could just X out one of the paperworks and then,
Yeah, with whatever one you have there, Judge, just exit out because he's doing that.
Well, I did that yesterday and I got in trouble for
Okay,
Xing stuff
then just
out,
be
so I
careful,
don't-
Judge. Just be careful. Yeah, just be careful. Judge, we have, you want to get off of YouTube for right now so we can do the 2 felony bonds? Judge Guerrero is here and so is Sonia from pretrial. If you would like, Judge. If not, you want to wait for Mr. Stevenson, that's up to you.
You know what? He's pretty thorough.
Yeah.